Good morning. Welcome back. Monday morning here. Interesting week. Not much overnight, not much over the weekend. Market is just kind of like consolidating. It's gonna be interesting if to see if we're gonna come back to previous day's highs. Then we could take a short, take an SR fallback reversal back to previous day's lows. That will be my favorite setup that we push in the first 2 minutes or 3 minutes, and then we just take a short. We don't have to reach this one here. It could also be short around 75 or 80. So I'll try my best to, of course, confirm an orb using my system, using the principles. But if I see something, I also want to have the option to just do whatever I want. And I do that. So I could see a sell-off here in the first couple of minutes. If we don't see really any progress above, I could see the market potentially turning around very quick and then selling off. If it bounced above 75, yes, it could rally. So I'm also aware of that. So I would personally like to do a short position today on the DAX. On a 1 hour time frame, I could see that we could easily sell off 100 points just back to previous day's lows or to overnight lows, or at least back to the past session's highs. Looks like it could be a good short here actually. I don't want to do anything quick. I'm going to take my time and do things correctly. There's nothing wrong with taking setup early. You just have to know what you're doing and be a little bit prepared mentally. So before I tuned in, I was looking at the market, of course, and prepared. Looks like it could be a good sell-off here. Let's see. After 3-4 minutes, if we don't see much progress, it's interesting. It's especially very interesting if the market push in the first 3-4 minutes and it get a little bit overbought, and then we see a reversal or a strong resistance. So the idea I had of shorting it was correct, so I'm just noting that down. I mean, it's only like 30 points, but still. Let's see here. So NASDAQ, as you can see, that's not really making new highs at London session. It's kind of like also selling off just a little bit, not much, but just a little bit. Still pointing up, but I could see it could sell off. It could also go higher, but it's not realistic for it to go higher. I don't think so in the next couple of hours. I don't think it's going to rally much today. There's no news, there's nothing. I'm pretty confident it's going to break below DAX. So break below 24,000. That was my overall idea of just maybe taking it back to 985. I was expecting this, but because we did not in the first 3-4 minutes push above overnight highs or took these one out, so it didn't rally. It just consolidated, a little bit green, and then sold off. But also be very careful, guys, please, of shorting things and trading every single day because you have to or you want to make money. You could do one simple thing, just following the warp system that I have right here, and then you're gonna have maybe 2 or 3 extremely high probabilities at New York session trading DAX. You could do that. it had an amazing win rate, and you could trade also Nasdaq, and you could say, hey, I only want to do 10 trades a month. That's more than enough. You don't have to trade 10 times a day. You don't have to trade every day. You don't have to. I think that's one of my overall issues back in the days, but also still sometimes now, that I simply trade too much and I don't take that high probability setups, but I still make money. It's just not necessarily to take the risk. So just following the orb is more than enough. And if you don't get the 15-minute orb and there's no really high setups for a sell-off, then I would always recommend not taking it. We could see the market turn around here and then come back into 24,060 or even 140. So it could potentially turn around and be positive. It could. It's interesting to see where we're going, because we have an opening range 5-minute that just formed of highs of 60, lows of 23. Here's where we're grabbing liquidity. Everyone would do short here. I have the buffer here, so I want to wait for it to close below the body, not just going below, but the body have to close below on a 5-minute candle. So the next 4 minutes, if I see a candle closing below, then there's an orb short for me. And on the 15-minute time frame, you can see it's not formed yet because we don't have the first 15-minute finish, the first 15-minute orb. That's why you cannot see the lines. You will be able to see the lines and where we want to do it, but this could move. This could move because it's not finished yet. It's not 15 minutes over. But for me, I mean, we have to be a little bit careful of buying or selling short here, because it could really push back very quick back to previous day's highs, and then we're risking like 120 points or even more to what make back to like 900. There's nothing wrong with that. I would just be a little bit careful, because this is always what we see. We have a strong push and then it sells off. If we have a strong sell-off, it's not a strong sell-off, but if we have a sell-off like we saw here, it's very often it just turns around and then rally. And that's why we just hold ourselves accountable and just make sure we're following the strategy, and then we'll be fine. We'll be more than fine. Let's see here. It could be a good short today. I mean, DAX is pretty high. I don't know how the stock market is opening today. Stock market is opening maybe 1% down. Some stocks up 2%. Yeah, it's flat. So not much here in the opening. Sold off, didn't really confirm. There's no really big selling pressure. I mean, I don't even think that we've been seeing any progress at all. On Nasdaq is still trading below 800. It's not really doing much. Yeah, be careful following the orb. That's what I would recommend everyone, the 50-minute orb. Just because the 5-minute candle in 1 minute is going to close below, doesn't mean you have to take the trade. Let's see. The 5-minute have to close below the buffer of 07. That's not going to happen. So many people went short and hoped. Let's see here, it could actually close. It could sell off in the next second or two. It's interesting if it's actually going to manage to close below and sell off 10 points more from now. we are closing below an orb opening range low. We're gonna close below, but just not with the buffer. So we managed to close below. As you can see right there, we managed to close below. So it's an orb short, but not through my criteria, not through my principles, not what I want to trade. I want to have a close below 07. Should I take a short anyway? Yeah, I could. But I think I'm not super sure if I should do it. If Nasdaq is just kind of like pointing up, I don't want to risk it, to be honest. Because what should sell the market off? This is what we see in the UK, right? So we saw previous day's highs, pre-market it sold off, opening it bouncing up. So that looks like it's gonna return, right? It took out previous day's lows and then it consolidated. So I mean, basically what we're seeing on DAX, and this is what we could see, right? So we could see a push and then sell off, right? So I mean, it reached previous day's highs. I mean, I don't know how far DAX is from previous day's highs. Yeah, it's pretty far. It's pretty far. Could go back and then sell off. Could also sell off now. It's really hard to predict these movements, and I don't have to. I don't have to predict them. We see 15-minute, no close below, is just touching. It's really hard for the DAX to close below 24,000. Even on, yeah, it's just flirting with the area. But I could still consider taking a light short position. I could still considering doing it. And why would I do it? Why would I take a short? Also think they would try to grab liquidity, try to push the market before it's going to sell off. I mean, UK it's pushing, right? That's pushing a bit. I think so. Just a little bit. We have the opening here. Pushed a little bit, right? Not much. Yeah, I would probably just wait a little bit. Yeah, I also think it could easily push back. Why would it really sell off? I mean, yeah, it's hard. Let's just follow the system. On a 1-day time frame, I mean, it looks like Nasdaq is just going to go higher and reach probably 26,500 or 26,000. I mean, I'm still negative on DAX. I'd like to wait a little bit here. I'm just careful of shorting it and then it bounce back, right? You don't want to have that. So should we go short up here or wait for it to close below? I'm probably going to wait for it to stop here in like 1 minute and see what the market's going to do. In 1 minute, we're going to have a new candle. That could be the direction for the market. What is UK doing? Let me just check again. UK, what are you doing? Okay, so UK is not doing anything really. It pushed up, then it sells off. For me, it looks very weak. I'm gonna take a short position. Uh, personally on DAX. Doesn't have to work, but it looks weak to me. So I'll short it. I'll have a stop loss in place. Doesn't have to be perfect, any of my setups. I like to target 950 here in the beginning. So I'm gonna open a short position right now. I know it could go back. I know it could bounce very hard. It could go against me. So I have to have that in mind. So there's no orb trigger. There's nothing triggered. I could be wrong, and I might also be wrong. But I'll take a light short position, and then I can always add more to it. I'm gonna open it here. I opened here short at 32. It doesn't have to work. Just want to let you know my setup here. $32. It's interesting to see if DAX is actually going to push. UK selling off. We have Nasdaq doing absolutely nothing, and now we have a push after 15 minutes. It's gonna be interesting to see if this is actually gonna go up. It's not really doing really much. Probably gonna move my stop loss a bit here to 80, and I would like to add to it. Let's just see here. Could it sell off? Yeah, could also go up. Let's see. Strong push on DAX here. Yeah, I mean it's turning into like a December month where things is just living its own life. So you probably have to expect a little bit volatility. I'm just letting you know. And normally it's a strong month. Normally December is. So we have to be a little bit careful here. Was it right to take a short? I mean, if you're gonna hold the short position all the way back to 950, it is. But if you're gonna exit early, it is not. But my entry wasn't the best, to be honest. It was around like 33, 35. Looks pretty strong here. Looks like it's moving up. I think it could continue. It's very usual, and it's very often we see that after 15 minutes that DAX is just continue pushing and living its own life. It's interesting to see if it's actually going to continue rallying and then just goes up. What about UK? It's selling off. That was exactly what I expected. So UK is low. UK sold off at the pre-market. DAX did nothing. DAX is rallying. UK is selling off. What about the Nasdaq? Is Nasdaq rallying? No, that's also correcting itself just a little bit, not much. But there's no setup, as you could see. That's also why I go live and not just sending signals, because I want to be transparent about it. There's really not much. I think it could push another 10-15 points before it's going to turn. Really strong push on DAX here. Really strong push. So it just moved up to 50 now. It's kind of trading at 65. Impressive. It's really impressive strong. Could it go higher? Yeah, of course. I'm just holding it for now. I think it's a little overreaction, but this is what we see always. After 15 minutes, we see markets start to rally. And then normally after I start seeing it's going to sell off. Extremely strong here. DAX. Should I take the loss? Maybe. I'm gonna holding it for now, just to see where we're gonna go, because I think it could actually sell off again. Strong movement here. DAX is just pushing. Unstoppable. I think it could go to 100 and then turn around. I'm moving my stop loss myself. You don't have to copy me. Don't copy me if if you're risking too much. I'm gonna move it to 100. I would like to hold the setup all the way down to 23,000. 23,900, that will be my target. But it just continued to push, it just continued to go up. It's very impressive. I'm getting crushed on this one here. What a stupid move. What a stupid move, Maz. What can I learn from this? Absolutely nothing. Will DAX really rally that much here this morning? It's on fire, DAX. On fire. A little bit too over realistic, I think. That's also why we start seeing a little bit reaction down now. Okay. That looks good. Much better. Come on, sell off. pushing back again. Let's see if it's gonna sell off from here. That's a hard one. Still holding the short, so that was an overreaction. Okay, now I'm more calm. Let's see here. So we're down from 30, around 30 to 50. We're down 22 points right now. That's not bad. Was it really the right move? I don't know. I mean, nothing is really perfect. But again, if you're holding on to the setup, the DAX short, I think you're gonna make a lot of money. But again, if you're gonna close profit at break even, of course you're not gonna make any money. And you always have a negative profit factor that's below 1. So of course you're not gonna make any money if you're trading that way. But I'm actually planning to hold my short all the way down to the 900 range. Like the previous day's lows is my target. Okay. So now I'm actually getting close to profit. Because my target is previous day's lows. This setup have a positive profit. Here we go. But again, it doesn't have to work. I'm not perfect. You're not either. Let's see if this is really gonna correct itself and come below 30, or just gonna push back. I think it's gonna sell off. Let's see. It was also overreacting, to be honest. It was really overreacting. Not much progress. Let's don't see this gonna go all the way back again. Insane. So the risk is that this is gonna turn around and then go back to previous day's highs. And I don't want to see that. So how can I mitigate and managing my risk? I'm thinking about taking some of my position off. I'll still make money if I hold to my target. Say if I take 50% of my position off here, around 40, I'll still make money if I hold it to 900, then I'll still make 110 points. So that will still be a positive trade. Let's see here. It's bouncing back and forth. That's the tricky part. So we're just grabbing liquidity. They pushed it very well, and now they're trying to maybe push it back again. That doesn't look good. It looks like they're basically turning it around again. And they could push it all the way back again. That's the risk. That's the risk we're taking. Right, so they just pushed it, then it got back to our target, or our entry, and then it's up again. It's just important we stay below 100, then I'm good. I'm personally probably gonna add to it below 24. So if it breaks below 24, 25, maybe 20, I'll really add heavy to it, I think. And then I'd like to target the 900 within the next couple of hours. Right here, it's just gaining momentum and it's pushing back again. Wow, impressive. So it's really gonna go all the way back again. I mean, UK is pushing, and things is pushing actually for the market. It's actually going all the way back. Wow. Did I expect that? Kind of, yeah, I did. So it looks like it's gonna come back. This looks like it's not working. It just looks like it's not working. Let's see here. We have to not close above 50 in the next couple of minutes. We have to come below and sell off and then close below 50, close below 60. And then I'm all good. You might be wondering if I really want to add heavy to it. I want to, and I want to take it all the way back to previous day's lows, okay? So my target is still remains 900. There's nothing have changed. Nothing have changed. Only that I believe more in the setup and I want to add more to it. Right now, I'm not going to add more to it, since I want to make sure I get confirmation. Let's see here. It's tricky. The first half an hour here was very tricky. And I don't want to take too much of your time, okay? So I don't want to take your whole day, but I still think it's going to correct itself. I still think it's going to come back. We are in a 20-point loss. 20-point loss. Let's see. It's going to be interesting to see if it's actually going to break below. Nope. It's gaining momentum again. Wow. UK, it's also coming up. Come on, just correct itself. Just go up, just go below 30 and then come back to 24,000. If we close below 24,000 within the next half an hour, I'm not going to stream that long, but then I think it's going to be realistic of targeting that setup. So right now I'm just holding it. Come on, go below. Be sweet, come on, sell off. Come on, sell off. It's very close to be very good and to make me a lot of money. Just have to dump a little bit more and then it's very good for me personally. Come on, sell off. Come on. Come on, my friend. Dump. Nope, it's not really working. Every time you get down here, you just get right back up again. Just have to come below 30. And then it's a very good setup. Nope. Doesn't seem to work at all. But it's also, if it gets below and it's really selling off, then of course we want to exit it for making money. And if it just goes back, what are we going to do? We're just going to hold it? Yeah, probably. It looks like it's going to go back again now. But they're really playing with it. Let's see here. Come on. Nope. It's pushing back. It's pretty annoying. First, it's selling off, and so how can I read this market? We first pushing crazy. We're selling off. We're pushing again. We make new highs. We have body closing below, and then we're pushing again. This could also be a new support right here at 30, where we just enter our short for long, right? A potential good entry. But if this is going to break below in the next couple of minutes and sell below 30, I'm really confident that this is going to be a good setup for short. Else I'm just kind of like not sure. And now we're pushing back again. It's pretty annoying. It's pretty annoying that we start getting momentum again. The market should correct itself. Come on. Nope. Doesn't seem to work. Doesn't seem to work. But to me, everything is pointing down, and I think it should sell off, correct itself a bit. But things is just pushing. Things is just pushing here. It's extremely hard to trade this market here. Still holding my short position. I wanted to go below that stupid 31 and then correct itself below here and then sell off. Is that realistic? I don't know. Nope, it's coming back again into 50 maybe. Yeah. So that setup here will only work if you're gonna hold it. UK, it could be the direction for the market. So UK, it's pointing down a little bit, but not much. What about NASDAQ? I think she's not pushing again. We're still pointing down, but then DAX is pointing up and taking liquidity. It looks like they're actually pushing it. They don't know what to do. There's no progress at all. Yeah, it just goes up. 43, 60, yeah. Let's see if it's gonna get rejected here, strong rejected. Around 65, or if this is just gonna keep pushing like crazy. It's pretty insane. It looks like they're just gonna push it. Yeah. What do I have to say? That this is so slow to set up here. They just keep pushing it. They keep pushing it. What an insane market. It's not giving me anything. Let's see. Gonna be streaming here for another 5 minutes, but I'm just holding this setup. I mean, I'm not planning to close it before time today. I want to have something for my reward. I'm still confident I'm gonna make money. It's just not. It's just going against me. And that's why people's gonna close around break even and just end their day. It's only like 30 points against us. Yeah, 30 points, 35 points. We are kind of like showing weak signs, but UK it's pointing up now again. Let's see. It's going to be interesting to see if it's actually going to dump. So I have to dump 26 points, 30 points for it to be break even. I would like to move stop loss to break even if it goes below 24,000. Doesn't seem to do anything. Doesn't seem to do anything today. It just get back and then take liquidity again. It's hard to say, but we are below 60. It could easily sell off like 200 points. It could also sell off much more than you're expecting, and you think it's unrealistic what I'm saying, but it could. I know there's no news, but I know it could really correct itself. I just know this market here. I know how it works. At some point, it's just correcting itself like 50 points at once, and then people are like, what the fuck? Yeah, that's what we see. We're still losing, still down. Nothing have changed. I want to see if it's actually going to break below 40. Not the best setup. But again, I mean, I think still it's going to come back to 23,900 later today, maybe in 2-3 hours, maybe in 3 hours, yeah. It just get back and then up again. Wow. I just wanted to go below 30, then I'm very confident it's going to sell off very quick. Right now it's just playing. It's just playing. Also, if it could just sell off 15 points from here, that will also be enough for me to be confident that this is going to correct itself and come back to 900 very quick. Okay, so this is my position. I'm planning to holding it back to previous day's lows. I know we have a risk that this could rally much more. That's also why I have a stop loss in place. I think I'm going to target something like this, to be honest with you. I'm just letting you know. But the stop loss at 80 is also fine. If it goes below now, like 40, you could just put the stop loss back to 80. But have to do something, right? And UK it's pushing, and DAX is also coming to push now, maybe. Pretty annoying. Let's see. Yeah, keep your stop losses around 80 and just hold the setup. And if you get stopped out, accepting it, move on, it's okay. That's what I'm gonna do. Not the best setup, but again, it could work. I'm not against it. I mean, I still think we could make money on it. You just have to go below that stupid 30 line, and then I know it's gonna dump. Is Nasdaq so strong since like no, Nasdaq is not even strong. So Nasdaq is correcting itself just a little bit, and then DAX is like living its own life. Come on. So we're down about 20 points. Are you gonna correct itself, DAX, or just gonna be annoying? I think it's gonna be annoying for the next 3 hours, to be honest. And then I think when everyone is out and when everyone is mentally out, I think it's gonna dump. And then you're like, wow, this really worked out, Mass. You was really right. That's what 90% of the time we see. Then things going against us, and then turns around like out of nowhere, and you're like, how could you predict that? Just from many years of trading and been doing this, 9 years now. But again, I think go up and then sell off later. Let's see here. It doesn't really seem to work, none of it. It's going to be interesting to see if it's going to break below 40. Come on, you just have to go below 40, and then I think it's going to sell off. That could be good. That could be wonderful, Mr. Wonderful. Now it looks okay. While everyone is stopped out. Just go below. Come on, go below 40 and then close below at 50. So in a couple of seconds, you just have to close below 40, and we are below. Come on, sell off. Why making things so complicated, man? Come on, come on, come on. Go down. In profit now, guys. Come on. Let's see if this is actually going to sell off and take everyone out. Come on. Sell off, my friend. Do me a favor. Come on. Yes, looks good. Looks very good. Looks very good. Come on. Come on, my friend. Crash, man. Crash. I have now fully, let me see here. Yeah, fuck man, it took 50 minutes to just make a little bit of money and not even really. Wow. I'm gonna post the setup here and then I'll leave the stream now. At least we didn't lose money. I'm actually still holding it. I have a setup that I'm gonna hold on my company account. I'm still short. Let's see here. I'll first move break even. I'll first move double to break even once we hit 24. I will first move stop. Yeah, I don't have more now. It's not the best. I think it could push back here. I think it could rally, but then I think potentially later on it could sell off back to 900. That's what I'm predicting. So stay in light.